Well, good day and welcome everyone. EmrickXV here, and welcome to another episode on the Fuloocraft Horizons Divided server. So we're starting today in the Dirt Hut, and the Dirt Hut is now open for business. I put a little message in the Discord to say that the Dirt Hut is now providing sensational coal-fired fish from the little jetties that we've got out here. So as you can see here, wild caught coal roasted cod, 32 cod for 1 gold ingot. I think that's a pretty good deal. All these fish are caught by hand. And over here we've got the wild caught coal roasted salmon, 16 pieces for 1 gold ingot. I think that's pretty good. Oh, and it looks like we've already had a sale. I've only been offline for a couple of hours, but someone's jumped on pretty quickly. So yeah, I better get back to some fishing to restock the shop. That's really cool. I wonder who has made the first purchase. Maybe if they watch these videos, let me know in the comments. Well, my fishing rod's about cactus, but let's see if we can catch up a few more fish. Oh, and as you can see, I've got Frostwalker boots on now, so that actually could be a bit of an issue. So let's take them off, and we'll see how we go fishing. Catch a few more salmon. We will get the shop all restocked, and hopefully get on with the show. Well, we did run out of durability on that fishing rod, but we did get a few. We've got to be getting pretty close. I need one more to make my 16 amount for 1 gold ingot. So let's just crack on, get that last salmon, and then we can crack on with the episode. But I may as well talk to you about what we're going to do while we're waiting. So now that the fishing shack is actually open for a small amount of business, I want to make sure we do something about getting people out here to know where it is. So this little fishing shack is on the corner of cod. Never mind. This little fishing shack is on the corner of the safe zone, which is basically open to everybody on the server. They can come and use this shop, buy the produce, and I've actually made it like a bit of a rest a while sort of scenario, bed and breakfast or something like that. But we need to make sure people know where it is. So obviously a few people know where it is. Ooh, Nautilus shell. Oh, and I also got this enchanted book, but that's another story. Anyway, some people must know where the fishing shack is, but today I'm just going to be looking at building a path so that we can get customers pretty well straight to the fishing shack. They're going to need to row up river a little bit. Another cod. But we will obviously see how we go with all that. So once I've caught this salmon, we're going to jump over to another cod. We're going to jump over to the area we're going to start, and I'm going to build a path. Come on, let's get 1 salmon. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. Where are you? Aha! 1 raw salmon. Awesome. Maybe I'll have to start singing to them all the time. Right, let's get this sorted out, and let's get over to the path area. Okay, so here we are. This is the entry to the river. So the fishing shack is just down that direction there. You might even get to see the smokestack through here, potentially. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so there's the fishing shack just over there. So we're just going to bring our clientele to this point here. This is one of the little caves that we're going to have to pretty up a bit. And then obviously in this direction over here is obviously the spawn area. So we'll take you for a little run over there. But let's get this little area knocked out first, and we will see how we go. Well, we've just got to do a handful of terraforming through here. Make sure everything looks pretty clean. so that we can do a nice little walkway up to this cave. I think this whole area needs to be filled in personally, so let me get through all that. We'll let this grass grow over, and then we will see how everything goes. Need a little bit more dirt, and my dog's going to be getting in the way. So we'll have to sort that out and make a bit of a plan. So as you can see here, I have started to do a little bit of a spay pathway, which basically meanders all the way through the forest here and basically ends up at spawn. So we will carry on with this method for good portions of the path because we don't want to make it all too rigid. So just fill it out a little bit more and make some pretty interesting little spaces through here. And as this grass sort of fills in over here, we should just be able to carry it all the way along. Oh, that's super efficient, isn't it? So something like that. Carry that through. We'll take some stairs up here and we'll carry on through to the cave and where we're going to be finishing this path. So what I'd like to do here is rough this cave entrance up, just give it more of a natural feel, and basically just line it with some rock and some cobblestone and that sort of stuff just to retexturize it a bit. Probably keep with cobblestone, smooth stone, and maybe some andesite. But literally, let's keep that andesite there just so that we've got a little bit of something to texture. And I think I want to get rid of the granite. I don't think that's going to do any good. So even that there has already opened this up really, really nicely. Just that little bit of rough edge and gives it that real sort of natural feel. So I think that's coming along quite nicely as it is. We can start sort of lining this a little bit more, give this a little bit more shape through here potentially, and carry it through to the other side. So it's a good little start. Well, I think I'm not too far off the stone detail. Actually really liking how this is all looking. I think it's relatively natural. Obviously, just the unevenness in the walls here certainly does help it out. I think probably now I need to put a little bit more wood detail and some lighting through here, with potentially basically taking this little section home with the dispenser for the boats that give you access to the river down here, and basically get all this little bit done before I move on to connecting up this path through to the safe area. Well, here we are. Our first little cave is all done, and I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. I think I've done a pretty good job with the detail. Maybe let me know what you think, but I think it's become very natural and looks really, really cool. A few little lanterns for lighting up the area as we go. And I'm not sure, I might put something else here, but I kind of like the stone as is, but maybe let me know if there would be anything else you would do with this little cave. As we come out, I think the entry is quite neat and tidy, just with the leaf blocks there, and just pulls together quite a nice entry point. And when we come down here, obviously we've got the option to dispense the boat, jump on, and then as long as your boat skills are good enough, we're here at the jetty, ready to go fish. So I think that little cave looks pretty good, but I can't really sit here fishing for the rest of the episode. So what I will need to do is catch this one, cod. Let's finish off this path. What do you say? So let's go have a look at our next little stage. Should be a relatively straightforward stage, basically linking up to the next cave. So our next little stage will be running through this bigger sort of cave, which is just natural generation. We may look at dressing this up a little bit like that one, but it actually is pretty impressive just as it is. And if we carry on through here, I think what we will look at is bringing a few more blocks, maybe 1 or 2 more blocks into this path, some cobblestone just to make it a little bit stronger, and that will run basically all the way through here to our next bigger project, which I think is just over this direction. So once we've solidified this up, a few little stairs, might need to clear these trees out here, but through this little avenue of trees here, we come to another cave system, which is just down in here. So that will be the next little job. Might need to go down a little bit deeper, just so that we've got a little bit more height to work with, and pop us out the other side. I think we should be able to do that. Maybe go down a little bit deeper and then meander our way back out and on to spawn. So this will be the next little project. I'll move all the bits and pieces over here and we'll have a crack at that in the next little stage of this little build. As you can see, we've cleared a little bit of area out here. We've got a few bits of vegetation that are in the way, but that's okay. And you'll see that the path carries on in that direction. So we just want to play around with this path a little bit more, get a few more blocks in and around it, maybe some coarse dirt and some gravel, just to give it a little bit more earthy feel, and try and finish off these little areas with something a little bit neater. We've got spruce around here, so I'm thinking spruce, maybe spruce slabs, a couple of cobblestone on each side. So let's see what that looks like, and we'll go from there. Might actually make a little bit of a montage or time lapse for this one, so let's see how we go. Well, we've got a working path. I think this looks pretty good with a mixture of bit of cobble, coarse dirt and gravel. And I've just got to put through a few more little splashes. Because this is sort of a bit of a forest biome, I'm going to say here. Maybe not a spruce. I think this could be a legitimate sort of normal oak forest. The colour of the grass is a little bit different. So you can sort of see the change just through here. A bit brighter green to a bit of a dull green. So in here is definitely the spruce biome. So I've got some of these sweet berries just to put around the place to give us just that little bit more colour. Just adding some torches here to the top of these walls. And my thought process was, let me know what you think. We've got a stack of trapdoors here. So if we do sort of this sort of scenario here, do you think this actually looks good? We just close them off. And I mean, technically I can put one straight on top just to make a bit of a lantern. And just gives it something that little bit different. Obviously I'm going to have to make a stack more doors because you need an awful lot. But, oh, and we don't want them to go down there. But yeah, it just sort of gives it a bit of a lantern type feel. Just another way of mucking around. I mean, I can put lanterns on top of these, but I think actually that looks pretty nice. Gives it a little bit more height, and we can basically do that all the way along. If I just throw a few more of these down, and I can probably finish this off camera. I think we'll just get these last few, burn out the last few that I've got. So I use 5 on every single one, so that's a fair bit. But what do you reckon? I reckon that looks pretty cool, particularly at night. I think it's going to look very nice. And we'll go do this bottom one down here. Maybe we don't have to do it. Oh, yep, that's working. Maybe we don't have to do it on every single one. Maybe we just sort of space them out a bit. Maybe let me know. See what you think. And a couple of other things I've thought about. Yeah, maybe. I'll just drop that one. Can I get that one there? Awesome. Just a little bit different. Obviously, we have got the lanterns decorating this here, but when we come through to these parts, I actually think that looks pretty good. And as we continue on, we'll throw out a couple more of these berries along the path. We've just splashed some flowers about just to give it that little bit of colour. And these berries, I think, will make it look really nice as well, particularly tucked in maybe along the edges. Probably have to collect a few more, but we won't put them right in the path. We don't want to hurt too many people with them. I wonder if they go on that coarse dirt. Yeah, that looks okay. Might be a bit close, but we'll leave it there for the minute because I think that looks pretty good. A couple more through here and here. Maybe one off the back. Nice. We'll just spot a few more along this path. And we can definitely get a few more because there's plenty around here. But I've also just wanted to fill up some of these spots through here. Definitely got a couple of areas which might just need 1 or 2 more trees. So I'm just thinking maybe one there. Actually, we can probably go with one to the back, one to the front, and maybe one to there. That should fill that space up. I think we were a little bit shy, maybe just off the edge here. Here, definitely get maybe one right up close, one there, maybe one tucked in there. And once those fill up, I might be a little bit close. We'll push that back a little bit. Hopefully it won't impede the path too much, but just gives it that little bit more structure through here. Oh, actually looks like we could do with one around here as well. Just got to be careful because I think if you put it up next to a 2-block like this, it won't actually work. So if I just remove that and put that there, that should work quite nicely. Fill that space up there. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, and this area here, actually, I noticed this little area as we were building the path. What do you think about a small pond or some sort of water feature through here? We could even put a fountain in the middle. Maybe let me know what you think. But yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Might put a bit open through there. Probably leave that. That looks pretty good. And the rest of this, I think, is about bang on. Maybe put one off the corner there. Could help us out. And now we're into phase 3. So, what are we going to do here? We could scallop it out a little bit rough and maybe do a very similar style cave type tunnel through here. Or my other thought is to perhaps make this much more structured. Line all this with nice stone, maybe dressed stone. Put some nice structural beams all the way through to make it all look just that little bit more structured. And potentially, ominous music, potentially put maybe a couple of gate style houses here, but I'll talk to the frost masons about that. I'm definitely going to go with the structured look, I think, just with maybe pillars of stone or pillars of wood with stone around it, and then maybe we can muck around with other things around these areas. While I'm here, I might collect up these berries and just spread them about the place a little bit more. Don't need all of them here because there's plenty around, and see how we go with that. So let's crack on with this structural tunnel. Well, this is rather rude. Interrupting my building, goodness me. So, quick update here, since we've been interrupted by that little raiding party. I reckon this is starting to look pretty cool. I've done much more structured and decorated path here, and I'm just starting to dig out the sides so that we can do some nice feature walls and that sort of stuff all the way along. So I've used just a combination of stone brick, chiseled stone, and just making up some smooth stone at the moment just to see how we all go with that. And yeah, I think with the logs as supports and that sort of stuff, I think this little build's going to look pretty cool. So let's crack on with it, because it's taking me just a little bit of time to get this looking up to this point, and see how we go. So just finishing with the last touches on the roof here. Not sure if I'm going to be able to, oh yeah, potentially put all these trapdoors in. I've still got to cover it with dirt because it was so thin. But that should basically be it. What do you think? So a very formal tunnel leading to spawn. When you look up here, I will have to just cover this section here with some dirt just to clean it all up so that we can see how everything looks, and we've got a little bit over this side that we've got to do as well. But there it is. Might need to fill that in as well, or we might just remove that. Yeah, I reckon that looks good. So as we come through, this is entering Frost Mason territory. I think this looks pretty good. Night time now, so I've just got to finish these stairs up here. We'll do that in the morning, and we should be good. Just want to go with our spruce planks. A bit shy, need a few more. A little bit of a walkway. Here we'll wrap it around the corner, and we'll just have to tie this in like that. Do some cobble detail down the sides. just to make it all look a little bit stronger. Very nice, just to give us a little bit more appearance of strength. Awesome, done. So I'm pretty happy with how this little path has all come about. Got a little bit more pathway to go through there, but I think you get the idea. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for watching this one. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know by leaving a thumbs up on this video. And if you'd like to see more of my videos coming out on the Fuloocraft Horizons Divided server, why not subscribe to this channel so that you know when I'm going to be going live with a new video. And I'd really love your feedback on whether or not we should bring a pond into this little build and build a little water feature just in this subsidence here. Okay, everybody, it's getting late. I better go to bed. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.